happened to be scrolling little old YouTube, and I came across Candice, the one who was with Andrew in Love and Lockup. So she's actually done an interview with an interviewer. So because of all the backlash she got for what she did to Andrew, she actually did an interview. So I'm kind of interested in what she got to say. So I thought I'd go and take a look at the channels called Kiki and Kiss Bits, and I'm going to see what she says.
I was supposed to have.
I'm going to forward it.
I'm going to torture you. It's called trick writing. Is in prison.
Right, this is Candice.
Now, I had never done that before. I mean, I had been on a website prior to this when I was in prison the first time, but I didn't do that much time. I only did a couple months, and I had a couple guys that I would talk to that would throw some money on my books or whatever. So I knew that, there was potential to, live good in prison off of these people. And the people who have been in prison for years, there's girls in there with $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on their books, paying for lawyers, paying for everything. So it's I gave it a shot. Was my motive number one for money? Yes.
At least you're honest about it. At least you're honest. There you go.
But then when Andrew wrote me, I was like, you know what? He's cool. He's a good guy. It changed my mind a little bit. I didn't do everything I could have done. And he didn't just write me. He wrote one of my best friends as well. He wrote a lot of girls in prison.
Really?
Yes. Sent them the same letter to all the different girls. But generally when a girl gets a good guy, you take yourself off the website and you just phone calls are limited in there, especially in the pod that I was in. We got we were 80 girls, 4 phones, 15-minute phone calls. You're programming all day, so you're in classes many hours of the day. You don't have time to use the phone, so it's hit and miss. So when a girl gets a good guy, she's going to spend most of her time on the phone with that person and not talk to multiple people. So as for me, I didn't waste my time with the guys who just wanted to talk dirty or were not,
This is Candice, the one who's going out with Andrew in Love After Lockup.
I wasn't my time.
Right. So he fit the bill, basically.
She conned him.
Okay. So now you said that you never asked him for anything, that he just basically offered you. So how did it go from buying you a blanket and a pillow to the bag, the apartment, the truck?
So, like I said, when I first talked to Andrew the first time, he seemed cool, He seemed like a genuine person, and my intentions were not to take advantage of him. Now, I'm saying this because I'm mad. I'm bitter at him. I'm mad. There's a lot that...
But that's what you showed on screen.
In a really messed up position. Not one, not two, but a couple messed up positions that I didn't even know about till I had to find out the hard way. So this is stuff that I'm not a cruel person. I wouldn't just come out and say this, but I feel like now he deserves it.
Oh, wow.
Because a lot of people have thoughts in their mind that they don't speak on because, they don't want to hurt their feelings, or most people hold back a lot of what they say. I'm not going to hold back anymore. So...
Oh, wow, she's a piece of work.
The first time, and I talked to him. I only talked to him for a couple minutes. He's like, I already put money on the phone. I figured out how to do it. Mind you, he had a friend that told him about the website. So the friend already told him, hey, you need to put money on the phone, or else they're not going to be able to answer. So he put money on the phone, and I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to call you back because I don't have funds on my phone. But if you want to talk to me, set up a phone account. He's like, I already did it. So that night, the books updated at 8 or 9. We locked down at 10. I went and checked my books, and there was $50 on there from him. Well, actually, it didn't say his name. It doesn't say his name till the next day. $50 on there, and I hadn't talked to no one else. I was like, ooh, that's weird. So I call him again the next day. I look at my books, and boom, there's $50 on there. I was like, oh, you put money on my books? He's like, yeah, so you can get something for yourself. And, I was like, oh, great. I'm going to use that to buy a pillow and a blanket. Because we just, COVID lockdown, we got raided. They took everything. If you didn't have your name on it, it was altered. They took it. And he's like, you don't have a pillow and a blanket? I'm like, no, I don't have anything. They just took everything from me right now. Our bunks are so close to each other that some of my stuff got mixed up with my bunkie stuff because, they're tossing it everywhere looking for crap.
Right.
So he asked me what I didn't have, and I told him. And he's like, what all can you get in there? And we just started buying everything on the list, literally.
Oh, wow.
He was looking after her.
MP3 player, for example. I was like, oh, the emails don't come. He wanted me to talk to him constantly. He wanted me to read those emails. I have I wish my MP3 player would turn off. I have so many emails from him, like so many. But I could never write that much. And I'm like, the emails aren't updated yet. I can't read the emails. I was like, if I had an MP3 player, I could plug it in and they'd sync. You get them faster than you do with the kiosk. And right now, one of the kiosks is broken because girls will try to charge contraband on the kiosk. Like if they find like a vape like this, we don't have these chargers, but like, they'll plug it into the kiosk because they use C chargers and they'll hide it, burn it out, and then you're screwed. We can't use the kiosk. He's like, I think if you got an MP3 player, that will work better for us because then you could reread my emails and look at my pictures and it would be better. How much are they? Boom. Got that,
Got an MP3 player. So how did it move from all of the stuff in prison, like, the commissary money, to the truck and the apartment?
Good question.
A lot, and he started opening up to me and I started opening up to him, and like, he just understood my story. I said, look, this is what I'm trying to do. This is where I come from. This is what I'm used to. I'm trying to get out of prison. And this is the thing where my son comes into play. At the time when I met Andrew, I had been sending letters to my son to the last known address that I knew where my kid's dad lived. They moved. Okay. So one day out of nowhere, I get a response from my kid because the mail got forwarded. So in the beginning, when I said I was willing to relocate, it's because I didn't have any contact with my son. I didn't think there was a chance at that time until I got a letter opening that back up. So when I told Andrew that, I was like, just got a letter from my son and my kid's dad. They want me back in my life. I can't go there yet. I'm going to need to stay here in Vegas. I can go to a halfway house and stay there and do a program called the MAT reentry program, where you're on house arrest, you're locked down, no freedom. He's like, no, I don't want you to do that. You're not going to be able to see me if you do that.
I wonder what Andrew have to say on his part.
We should get a place for you, and I don't feel comfortable you taking the bus. I said, I've never taken a bus in my life. I said, I'm gonna have to take the bus. Oh my God. He's like, I don't. He first asked me what kind of cars I like, and I like Chevys because I've been working on trucks my whole life, like drop trucks, lifted trucks, street trucks, race trucks, you name it. I've had some sick ass trucks, and I told him, I was like, well, if I ever got a truck, it'd have to be a Silverado, and I was like, it can't be a V6 because it has to be fast. It needs to be a V8. There's no way I'm driving a V6. And he's like, really?
He specified.
He's like, that's so cool. He's like, I don't want you taking the bus. We're gonna get you a car, whether we have to do it in your name, buy you a cheap one, or whatever the case may be. And I was like, well, start looking at Silverados. And he came down to visit me one time. I knew some dealerships. I sent him here. He couldn't get financed here because he lives in New Jersey. Right. So at that time, he felt like he kind of already promised me that. And we wanted to, when I did go to New Jersey, keep it for the farm, keep it for the house, Right. And which would have been fine, So he found the truck and
I get so tired.
He got it. He traded his car in for it, bought another car for him, and drove the truck here for me.
Wow. Okay, now what did you think of him when he came to see you?
He lied about what he looked like. He lied.
I knew she didn't like how he looked. I don't mind, so I knew it. It's the way she looked at him.
She said he was a mountain climber, that he would climb mountains. Like, his, like,
what was it?
I'm not going to be as rude and disrespectful as him and his girlfriend were to bring my deceased family members into the public eye. But he comes from a family, one of his parents was very active and outgoing. And that's how he said he was too. He liked the outdoors. He liked to do this. He liked to do that. When I seen him, he didn't fit the script. And I was like,
I knew it. I knew she didn't like him.
You in the pictures that he sent you?
I knew it.
One day, and I told the show when phone interviews, they're like, what are you mad at Andrew about? And I was like, well, for starters, he lied about his age, and he lied about his height, and he lied about his weight. He was skinnier than me, shorter than me, and older than me. And
so what the hell? I wasn't expecting this. Okay.
I'm the type of person, I've been through so much in life. If you give me a reason to fuck you off, I'm going to fuck you off. If you do me dirty or you lie to me after I've given you my time, my energy, my honesty, and I was honest and good up until this point. I had no bad intentions. I never had bad intentions.
Okay, so how long was it? How long was this time period when you were talking to him? He was catfishing you with the pictures, and when he visited you?
Oh, he came, we started talking in September. He came in January.
Okay. All right, so it's been couple of months. It was a couple of months. Okay, so now in January, when you see him and he's shorter, older, skinnier than you, why did you decide
to still stick with him? You could have just told him you didn't like him right there and then.
And make him think that there's something,
you
that
told
there's
him
a possibility for us when I do get released.
After that, because he offered me such a good life. I was like, he offered such a good life.
So you took advantage of him.
In my ear in prison were like, it doesn't matter what he looks like. It doesn't matter. He has a good heart. You can change. You know, you can start over with this guy. You know, you can have a good life. Like, you could be normal. And while I was in prison, that sounded great. I was like, okay, you know,
of course, of course.
You know, and at that time, I was not. You gotta imagine, you're in a prison where they're just feeding stuff into your head. So in the time, like, I didn't really think about.
Yeah, she could have just told the guy she didn't like him from day one. Like, you know, thank you for the stuff that you done. Oh, then can I pause it?
At first, I was.
She could have said, she could. All right. I know the man invested in her in prison and gave her MP3 players and all that fandango, but when you met him and you was not attracted to him, right? People more or less tell you, right? Oh gosh, look at the dust. People tell you what they don't like and what they like and what they like and what they don't like about the person they're interested in, right? They tell you. She should have just been upfront with him, right? I know she needed stuff while she was in prison. I'm not saying no. You don't obviously you wanted to be comfortable. You wanted to be looked after. Yes, but at the same time, when you met him, when you came out, right, you had a chance to literally break it off with the guy and let him know that let him know that you're not interested in him. It would have been more better if you did do that than you did what you did on the show, because it just makes you look like basically I feel that you conned him. You conned him because you should have told him, look, I'm talking to someone else. It's not you. Da 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 da. I'm done. She just
was for it. You know what? Screw. I'm 30. Screw what he looks like. Screw all that. We'll try it. He's a good guy. The love will come later is what my friends told me. The love will come later. And I said, okay.
But when you was on the phone, it was a whole different story. They said, oh, we got to stick to the plans. Stick to the plans.
She would say things like, oh, I'm not going to send you all your makeup because then you'll have no reason to come to New Jersey. And I'm like, are you implying that the only reason I'm with you is because you buy me things? Because there's plenty more where you came from.
See? That right there. It's a horrible thing to say.
Right, women in prison. That's one thing we learned about the show.
And I just wasn't afraid to speak the truth. I'm not afraid to speak the truth.
You didn't speak the truth. What are you lying for?
And I'm sorry, but if someone's going to do that for me, I'm not going to be like, oh, no, I'm too good for that.
Wait a minute.
I was in fucking prison for the third time.
Wait a minute. She's lying. She's lying. Because on the show, hold up. Let me find it.
With so many choices on booking.com.
On the show, she meets him, right? He proposes to her. And she doesn't say no. I don't want you. Where is it? I can't even find it now. Jesus. I can't even find it. She took advantage of him.
In almost a year.
First time as my...
Hold on. When we first meet him. Can I find it?
I have had.
Oh, okay. Here's my cat crying.
For over a year, we've talked about it.
Wait a minute. Let's go.
And it's finally happening. I'm just beyond excited. I can't wait.
Just stay focused.
Yeah.
Look at that. He bought her all that. Hold on. Can I get it? Let's read. I want to get to the point. She made her own self look stupid on the show.
Candice is getting out of prison in 10 to 12 hours. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. I brought some furniture with me, and then I bought some of the bigger things.
Look, he literally gave up his whole life where he was. He gave up his whole life.
You good there?
Yeah.
He was bankrupt.
I did end up going over budget by $1,000.
And you didn't take advantage of
But
that.
it's
Don't lie.
worth it. The things that I'm getting will be with us for a very long time.
Because she spoke to his friend. Like, come on.
I like it. It's nice.
Denise is mentor, mother figure, best friend to Candace. What do you think of the kitchen? It's
nice.
Washer dryer.
How much?
Look at all what he gave her. Look.
That's it?
They met in prison, and then when I've gone to visit Candace recently, she's been very supportive of our relationship. So I'm just thinking,
So she could have pulled out any time.
Candace has a...
Talking about lying.
How's it going, man?
Yay!
Going in, the furniture's here.
You guys gonna assemble it too? Yay! Right there.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get back to the interview.
So do you want to start
Where she's talking rubbish.
Yeah, we got a lot to get.
That time I was not above it.
Now, you mentioned that he got you into some situations. Now, are these situations that could have led you going back to jail?
Absolutely. Okay, so number one, he never told this is things that show the first 3 days out of prison, really quick, we're all filming. So the reason why I was so stressed out on the show, from the minute I walked out of parole and probation, cameras were in my
She's
face.
lying.
Walk again, do this again, do that again, do this again, say this again, say that again, do that again. I just got out of prison. I was freaking out. I couldn't take it. And Andrew was freaking me out even more because he's trying to hold my hand. And I'm like, stop, let go of my hand. Like,
He didn't
you're
say
a
that.
stranger. I know we've talked, but like, physically, you're a stranger.
They should pull up all the film evidence.
So he also paid off my restitution. He also sent me a $5,000 cashier's check too within the first 2 months of us talking as well, which nobody. Really
That's why you
knows
didn't break it off
because
with
he wanted
him.
me to
He
make
was your
up
meal
for it.
ticket.
So he's very, very easy with his money. Like, it's not hard to get anything out of him.
Right.
So the situations he put me in when I got out of prison, right away I started talking to my ex, Ismael. Right away.
Okay.
Me and him were together before I went to prison. He went to prison before me. I didn't think we were going to get back together. I didn't think so because I knew that when he got out of prison, he was going to go do good, you know, and that's what he did. And I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do. I wanted to get myself right. So as soon as I get out of prison, I start talking to Ismael, and I'm like thinking to myself, this ain't going to work with Andrew. There's no fucking way. I love Ismael.
Because she's still attracted to
It's never gonna
Ishmael.
change. I didn't know it then.
What a
I know it
trip.
now until it was in my face. So
She was still attracted
Andrew,
to
I
him.
told
She
him,
still
I said,
wanted
"No, I
him.
can't do this. I don't want to be paying my bills. I don't want feeling like you owe me." He was tracking me on the truck, and I was like, you know what?
But
I'm
you
good.
could have given back the
So
truck.
I
Because
asked him to cut the lease off on the apartment, and he did. He never asked.
this woman's lying out of her mouth like no one's business. Did the interviewer not watch the TV program? Because you took the truck from the apartment. It wasn't until when they properly broken up when he got it all back. What's she talking about?
For like money for any of that stuff. So one day he says that his car breaks down, and
You could have given back the flat, the apartment.
I don't want to fuck with him anymore. He said his car broke down and that he needed to come get the truck. Mind you, I had just got back in my son's life. I was visiting my son. I had just got a job, and I was in and out of the hospital. And I'm actually having surgery Tuesday for the same reason I've been in and out of the hospital. He's like, I need to come get the truck. My car broke down. Because he can't drive stick shift. He bought a fucking stick shift ass car and he don't know how to drive stick. You fucking idiot.
So how long was this?
Wow.
November.
2 months he had the truck and I was out of the apartment in January. He got the truck. So now I'm stuck without
He took back the apartment and the truck, I think. I need to find out what Zeki took back.
In my own name. It was hard for me to get insurance because I have had a reckless driving. So they wanted like $800 for insurance. And at the time I didn't like have that. And Andrew's like, oh, I'll get insurance for you. It's only $100 a month on my policy. I can do it for you. That's fine. I was like, okay, cool. So he fucking cancels my insurance in December, and I had a 6 month policy. 6 months.
Because he's paying for it. What do you expect? You want him to carry paying for something, and he's not with you?
They say he can't take the test in this car because now you have a $1,500 fine because you haven't had insurance since December 7th. And I just talked to Andrew. I've been talking to Andrew. We didn't stop talking until recently. He's like, you owe me money for the rental, for the car insurance. From the money for the
He's
show,
trying to get it all back.
He said, I'm going to take the money for to pay off your phone that I got you, and for the car insurance that you have had for the last couple of months, and for the power bill that I left at the apartment, and like $400 that I borrowed from him. I said, okay, cool. That's about $1,000, $1,500, no big deal. You owe me about 8, 9, 10 grand. So he takes off my insurance, says he doesn't take it off. I have a suspension now, DMV, and yeah. So that was the main one. What was the other one? He called my parole officer. I met with my parole officer last week, and they're fucking, his new bitch is calling my parole officer because I was telling him I want my fucking money.
Now, I want to ask you, Candice, if you knew that this wasn't going to work out with Andrew, why did you
continue?
Ask him to lie to your PO?
Yeah, you continue.
On the show, when you came out of the hair salon and you were talking to your PO, you told her that you were going to be living in the apartment.
Yes, you lied because you didn't want to stay in the rehab center.
You and your fiance, and then you asked Andrew.
Hi, Christine.
Okay, to confirm that. You knew at that point. Now you have to admit, you knew at that point.
You're in the wrong too.
You weren't going to be with him.
Yes.
Oh, for parole's sake, I would have, absolutely.
Okay.
If my freedom depended on it, absolutely. I would have never jeopardized that. So that is true. No, and he was planning on, at that point, he was planning on coming down every month. And at that point, that was okay. At that point, I was like, okay, you know, and I had already texted the PO and let her know all of this. She knew this prior to the conversation on TV that, you know, he did live in New Jersey. His ID's from New Jersey. Everything, you know, he was just going to be coming down from work when he got time off to come see me probably once a month. But the apartment was in his name, but I was on the renter's insurance. So technically I was renting it, subleasing it from him. You know, because it doesn't matter who's there physically with you. It matters whose name is on the lease. They want to make sure nobody is registered as a
But you still took his...
I don't think it was like... it wasn't lying in real life. If the show made it look like that, then that's what
oh
that was.
My God.
They already knew.
This lady.
Okay.
Piece of work.
Now,
scum. Totally.
Now, we just talked about the timeline of when you officially told him that it was over between you guys. So that
he told me it was over.
What kind of smoke is that?
I mean, I said, but I
think it's the reflection of the window.
I want to be on my own.
It's the light.
Because I knew I wanted to do
Hi, fools and tools.
I said, I don't want to play online games with you over the phone because that's just not me. And
let me darken it up a bit.
Different places.
There we go.
I feel like, and I said, you know what? I just need time. I need time. Whatever you want to take back. Just let me know. Give me a couple days.
She didn't never say that.
You know. And then on Thanksgiving, we got married before Thanksgiving. He's my October, November.
Do you know when they gave up the apartment is when he officially broke it off with her? That's when he officially got back all of his stuff that he bought for her. Like, I'm gonna double check it though. I'm gonna put it on the community tab, okay? Because I want to make sure I got this information right.
We got married on November 11th. Like, okay, Thanksgiving, and he has the USPS informed delivery, so I'm pretty sure he'd seen my marriage certificate come to the apartment. He didn't say anything, but yeah. So he said on Thanksgiving, I don't think this is going to work anymore. And I'm like, okay, but he was already talking back to his ex in Brazil. So
yeah, do anything for... Yes, that's what she's doing. Anything for attention. Okay. That is what it is.
We heard that rumor on the street that he was talking...
No, she's an inmate.
Or she was an ex or something. Did you talk to her, see any messages between them or anything like that?
I didn't care. I told him, you could be...
She'll say anything right about now.
I don't.
To make him look bad.
Care. Do whatever you want. Like, whatever makes you happy, you deserve to be happy.
Because people probably got on her ass the way she treated him.
But don't think that, don't get it twisted, you know?
And he knew about your husband, right? He knew that he was...
No, he didn't. He didn't know.
No, he didn't know.
Of course he didn't know. How is he going to know?
So you just weren't planning on telling him?
No, she was going to string him along.
This is why I didn't want to tell him.
Okay.
I didn't want to tell him because I didn't want him to take the money from the show away from me. And I didn't want him to take my money, and he did anyways, you know?
Right.
I knew he was going to
She's telling on herself. Listen, people, listen.
It wasn't working. He wanted more than I was willing to give. I was not physically sexually attracted to him. He told me some things that totally grossed me out.
Mm-hmm.
That I was about. No, I'm good. It wouldn't have worked. And I found out he wanted me to talk to his son so bad. Like, here's my son's number. Talk to him. Oh, I want you to talk to my kid's mom too.
I wish Andrew would
How
come
old
out
is
of the
your son?
woodwork and talk as
Like
well.
13.
He should talk
He
too.
They didn't
He
even
needs
know
to
I was in
talk
prison.
so we
He
can
lied
hear
to them
his
and
side
told
of the
them I was
story.
a makeup artist on a
Because
contract.
she's
Oh,
lying
yes,
most
he
of
lied
it.
to his brother. Another thing the show didn't tell. He brought his brother down from Oregon to meet me without even telling me. The day after I get out of prison.
Oh, okay.
And they hadn't talked for years. It was like he wanted to show off that he finally got a girlfriend, that he wasn't alone. It was like he was just trying to show me off. When he knew genuinely I didn't want to mess with anybody. I didn't want to meet anybody. Like, you guys are not close at all. You barely see your son.
Yeah, too much drama. I feel he had a good heart for her. She abused it. He took advantage of it.
Don't get me wrong, but to the baby mama and to him, who's never had that in their life, like, he's crazy.
Okay.
He has no common sense.
Let's shift and talk about another subject for a second. How is your son? How's your relationship with him?
My son's great. My son's awesome. It's good. It's great.
And so once you got out of prison, you reestablished your connection with him basically immediately?
Yeah.
That's great.
Third day after. Went and seen him. My ex-husband, we're cool, like, he cheated on me and he's still with the girl, so me and the girl were never really cool. Now
so you're in a polygamy relationship.
His other kids are cool with me, like, the family.
This is messed up.
Tears in his eyes
Oh my goodness.
The first time. It was great.
That's great.
So he's still seeing his girlfriend.
His birthday's coming up. Like,
so you're the third wheel.
I took him to the pool yesterday because we were supposed to do this yesterday, but you took him to the pool. So yeah, that was cool. What do you do for a job?
I was working at a restaurant. I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then I got tired of it there. My husband had a really good job too, and then I quit. I walked out, and I got a job as a market research associate. So I've been doing that, and then I'm also enrolled in school to go in the fall for automotive diagnostics. So that's what I'm doing.
That's cool. So is that your career goal, to do something like with cars and things like that? So
I know a lot about vehicles. Like,
cars has been a thing for you all your life?
Yeah, absolutely. My dad was a mechanic, a truck driver. Like, so I grew up helping him every day, all the time. And if I didn't get something right, I was going to get chewed out. My dad was old school Italian, born in the 50s. So it was like, you're going to learn.
I'm Italian too, girl. I know those old school parents.
My grandparents were from Buffalo, New York, Italian, Sicilian, like, so yeah, you know how they are.
Yeah, look it though.
I know how they are.
I'm sorry to say.
You got the wooden spoon, right, girl?
Sometimes you can tell. She's got.
Matter what it is.
Does she look Italian?
So,
I can't tell.
The Louis Vuitton is real.
Yeah, she lying, ghetto. Lying through her back teeth, front teeth, gold teeth. Gun.
I showed everybody the receipt before you came
People
on.
gotta stop trying to learn to fix things. Yeah, that's why I feel his heart was. He wanted to fix it.
How did the thing...
The Real is a site where you buy name brand authenticated designer luxury items secondhand. I didn't want to bring new Louis Vuitton. I'm not like that. I don't want to bring new Louis Vuitton. I'm not that bougie.
She's lying.
I did have a Louis before I got locked up, and I do, like them. I was like, I seen a code on TV, Real, you get 20% off. You use this code.
See, she knows. So she looked at it, didn't she?
Something from the Real, use this code. Give me something nice, whatever.
You looked at it, so you know. So you're art into Louis Vuitton and stuff. Shut up.
They gave him $150 site credit. So then he bought my sandals, which practically ended up being free. And
exactly, she's lying. I can't even highlight. I wish I could highlight. I don't know how to highlight on here.
But it's used.
I can't highlight.
In good condition. I don't know what he did, and he ripped it. So yeah, it was real though. It's vintage. It's not brand new. Don't get me wrong. It's right.
Yeah, I'm a simple person too.
I mean, it's a
very simple. Very simple. I'm not flashy. I don't like flashy stuff. I don't like it.
I figured that, but I just had to ask you anyway.
After it was over and done with, like, Yeah, screw you.
Yeah.
She is
I would
horrible.
never wear that ring. My husband got me this ring. Are you kidding me? When we got married, like
The husband who treated her like rubbish in the beginning, who what's it?
take that.
Got her put in jail in the first
I don't want to
place.
see that shit. He does not like think it's cool.
So what does he think about the purse?
He don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, he don't care. I mean, he bought me. Anyways, I have.
Andrew needs to
I have
talk.
this one now.
Look, she's ready to show it off. Look, watch now. Watch it.
My husband bought me this one for my birthday. So
Ah, see it there? She just told on herself.
So how much
Once
did you get
again.
for the ring? Just out of curiosity.
500.
Oh, that's not
I
bad.
didn't care. I used it to move. I didn't care.
That's not bad.
She's
Candice,
horrible. She's
I
a dirty
admire
piece
how
of work.
honest you are. I'm loving this. Okay.
Don't praise her.
So let's talk about the current girlfriend and the messages.
Because Andrew's got a new girlfriend.
Have you seen?
Yeah, he bought her.
Sounds like
He bought her,
she
definitely.
reminds me of a crackhead. The way she texts, literally, crackhead text. Can't spell, no punctuation. Ew. At least I can spell.
Oh, wow. Listen to how she's talking about the woman.
Because some question maybe it was fake messages from Andrew pretending that he had a girlfriend.
I don't think he'd do that.
Okay.
I don't think he has the balls to message my husband.
Oh, she messaged her husband.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Heard you online talk only fans.
She was messaging Denise and stopped about his family members.
Go, stop.
Sending them messages.
She actually gives it off, don't she?
Like saying what?
Yeah.
Saying in the
Should we
messages that
always should we always looking for a new thing next sugar daddy? Yeah, she will be. She will
I'll
be.
get the messages right now.
She'll probably have her husband and somebody else on the go, because he looked like he's got her and his ex on the go.
He could come and say hi if he wants.
Hold on one second.
I'm shy. I don't want to do
It
this.
was worth the wait, guys.
Wow. Hold on. Can I get to focus? Focus. Wild chat. She is. I forgot her story. I'm gonna find her. I think I could find her story somewhere. She's gone for her son, to show him off.
So she messaged from a fake Facebook, but she also said on those text messages that she was gonna send everybody I know messages. She has such old information. Both of my parents are dead. Shit, if you can send them messages, let me know how, because fuck, I've been waiting to talk to them for fucking a lot of years.
She's showing her true colors. She's unmasked herself.
It's okay. My mom was very spiritual. She's probably gonna haunt her, to be honest with you. So look,
That's how Italian moms are.
Can't see it.
You're gonna get to the eye.
You can't see it.
This is like messages. So it says from Martin Davis.
Okay.
Seeing you were in a relationship with Candice, so I'm sure you know what she's doing. Yes, she was on that Love and Lockup show with Andrew and told everybody on national TV that she scammed him legally. He does not have to give her any money. She's making fake lies about Andrew, fake posts. Hell, you might be in it too, but the New Jersey Police Department has contacted her PO. The Texas Police Department has contacted her PO because she has contacted his baby's mother and she's going back to prison. I don't look like I'm in prison. She's a dumbass. Not getting no more money. I'm his new girlfriend. I got the money. So tell her she can contact me. She's not getting no money. So it doesn't matter what she does. Legally, he does not have to give her no money. Tell her go fix that herpes on her fucking lip.
Yeah, that big bump on her lip. What is it?
Because I like to talk shit and I got hit. Okay? My lip got split. It's a fucking scar.
Sounds very jealous.
I'm his new girlfriend. I got the money. She can contact me. She's not getting no money. Herpes on her fucking lip. And you're dumbass. You're a dumbass. This fucking stay with her. She's a fucking piece of shit, and her dead parents.
She is low life. She is.
Disgrace. She is. She's making up lies on Craigslist saying Andrew has a bunch of steel at his house that people can come and pick it up. Steel ain't worth shit. Who wants to come pick up steel? It's a lie. So she's getting random people to go to his house. He's already filed harassment charges with her. She still continues.
Big nose is vicious.
Fucking numbers. He's not going to answer.
She's getting more attention than me. I'm not getting attention anymore on the internet. I'll just make up shit. Yeah, it's like
but she's a felon, and
Bro,
those two aren't.
listen to
I
her.
think the judge is going
That
to leave
gentle
her
lady
worthless
that
fucking
came
piece
out
of
to
shit
the
ass
jail
people that are Biden citizens.
is gone.
So you got two different police counties calling her probation officer. She already has charges filed out, so they're hitting her with a violation already. So tell her why
Well, she didn't
she's on
change.
the run.
She doesn't change her hairstyle. She always has
Stop
it
at
like
nothing
this.
until she gets arrested. So tell her to keep fucking calling my boyfriend Andrew, because I'm playing this game, baby. I'm spending the money that she is trying to get, not her. She had it. She fucked it up. She had a truck, she had an apartment, and she said on national TV that she was using him for your married dumbass.
Yeah, I gotta find that one.
Let's see.
I gotta find out where she said that. I was like, wow.
Yes.
I gotta find it. I'm gonna record that little bit if I can. I'm gonna remix that.
Get the keyboard to go down.
She is a piece of work.
So yeah,
The
pretty
lip
much,
is
thanks, bitch,
wickedly
dumb fat ass bitch. Tell her thanks for
protruding.
your dumb ass, but guess what? I got
Protruding.
$50,000 to tell her to fucking call me. Stop calling him. She's not getting nothing else, or you, or her. Fuck her. She's a dumb fat bitch.
Listen to her how she's reading all the messages though.
Pleasant.
Is
Very
this
pleasant. Okay. Do you believe that the show portrayed you in a fair
It did. It's she.
No,
She showed her own self.
That was the storyline. It was. I believe it was Andrew's fault because he made himself to look like such a fucking sucker.
No,
like,
you showed your own self.
There's this guy. They just went with it.
Oh, shout out the scream! I remember. I couldn't believe it.
I don't even care. I blocked all of them. I don't care. I didn't get paid, so I don't care. Sue me, do whatever you want. I don't fucking care because I'm being harassed. I'm being bullied. I'm being talked
because people saw who you are.
You know what I mean? And none of that is true. And I signed those papers while I was in prison.
Yeah, traitor trap. True.
State. I didn't have a lawyer help me sign those papers, so with that being said, they definitely made me out to look like the bad person.
No, you made your own self look like the bad person. Don't lie now.
But I mean, really, all I did was accept what he fucking gave me.
You didn't have to accept it. That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't have to accept it. Do you not get it?
It gave me ammunition to do it. You're being really weird.
If you don't care, you wouldn't say anything. Yeah, exactly. You would not answer him. Why take advantage of him? I know there's there's men out there who do this as well, but come on.
And when we were in prison, when I was in prison, I told him, I said, look, you can do this shit for me, but if I deny this program,
she slipped.
I go to this apartment you got for me, you can't.
Why am I getting White Girls the movie?
You can't. If I get mad and I trip out on you because I probably do have 4 or 5 different personalities, I don't know. You can't take it back from me and put me in a bad position because that's really fucked up.
Oh,
you want me in your life and you want to do this for me, genuinely, honestly, tell me. But if you're coming with me with expectations or bad intentions or ulterior motives,
more like Mean Girls. Yes,
no, I want to do
yes.
I believe in you and I want you to do good, and I love you as a person, and I'll go at your pace, which he said, and I think he just got his hopes up and.
But you could have told him though. That's the thing. Why do women do that? You're not into the guy. Let him go. Someone else might love him. What is wrong with you? As a woman, come on. Come on. Foundation is thick on the face and neck. Very thick.
Well, me and my husband, hopefully I'm going to have another baby soon.
Hopefully.
In 5 years, I see myself as a stay-at-home mom.
He doesn't want to work.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
You're not going to train, volunteer, something?
Wants to, get a tow truck and start a tow truck company. Getting a CEO,
she has all these dreams.
Stuff, so,
Ooh.
Do you have advice for someone that is in a relationship with someone that's in prison?
Don't take advice from her. Don't listen to her.
I don't want to kill the game for my prison girls, but...
Don't listen to her. No advice. Don't listen. I haven't zoomed up on the screen.
It's like...
I need my glasses.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Look at the bottom of the neck.
Talking to guys on the phone. 99...
She got a hickey in it.
100 girls in prison have an ex or a person that they have.
She don't want to give away the secret, you see? Because then people will get taken in by her then.
And that's all you remember. It's hard to let go. It's hard to forget.
Hi, Majestic.
You're yearning for that closure. So whatever you had before you went to prison, it's like a time warp, So it probably is not going to work, honestly. It's probably not going to work unless you get lucky and you're a regular person who maybe has been to prison or can understand what it's like to be a felon. But if you're a regular dude or a regular girl thinking you're gonna Captain Save-A-Ho somebody, or you're a knight in shining armor,
Yeah, that's what he tried to do to you.
9 out of 10 times.
That's what he tried to do to you. She's already built like a low truck driver. Oh,
There you go. That's a good test.
oh
That's
no.
a good test.
She ain't gonna give advice because she don't want to give away the trick.
She
She don't want to give away what is what.
Do you think you could bracelet me like
Just
20,
put them
25
on
bucks? See if they
LOL
give you a
white
hand.
face.
Test them, you know.
Yeah.
Power the much.
Are there any misconceptions from the show that you want to clear up? Like, is there any specific that you saw on a clip or during an episode that
She
you were
can't
like,
clear it.
this is not right?
She can't clear it.
Okay. I don't have the ring. That was one. I don't have the ring. We didn't
Material
get married
stuff.
because of me being on parole. That's not the first thing my husband said. You know, they only put that part in there. We didn't get married just because I'm on parole.
No. Of course she did.
I don't know. There was a lot of crap that just got twisted. There's been a lot of things.
Because you have nothing to say. You can't throw nothing.
Myself. Like, my husband's only been to prison one time. Like, he's been in trouble one prison.
Oh yeah, I've seen the video to that. I'm gonna go look at that.
Things did happen that go on that I'm not even gonna speak about.
I think that's gonna be
But it's
broken
like,
down
they're already,
somewhere.
like, you know, put negative stuff out about him, and like, he's not a bad person. He's not a negative. He doesn't deserve the negative attention. You know.
I wish I can
He had
play
no
it
part of this.
all.
This is something I did on my own because I'm stubborn and I want to do whatever I want to do. So
She needs to put a bit of blush
I
on.
just say leave him out of this. You know, what happened on the show is what happened on the show, but leave him out of it. Leave my kid out of it too. You know.
Right.
No, you don't need to bring the child into it. It ain't the child's fault that he's got a mum like her. Peoples, leave the child out of it.
Do you have a final message for the fans? Is there anything else?
Oh, no one's your fan, believe.
Off your chest?
You know, pretty much.
She
Like,
looked kind of buffed.
I know a lot of people have negative image towards me, but
You put that out yourself. You could have presented
you a
yourself
hand.
different on the show. That's
Like,
your
when you're
fault.
in a bad position, you're in prison. Like, don't hate me because I took that help.
Don't hate me
didn't
cause I'm
manipulate him. I didn't beg
beautiful.
him. I didn't
Don't
ask.
hate me cause
I'm
I'm
sober.
beautiful.
I work. I pay my own bills. I can understand. Hey, Candice, you're a piece of shit. You got back. You're fucking on drugs. You're back out on the streets. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. But I took the fucking help and I changed my fucking life. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna hate on me or you're gonna talk crap, like, put yourself in my shoes. You know, if you have.
She looks like she gets angry
starting
often.
over
Yeah, she needs
and you
anger
have nothing,
management.
start over with a couple steps ahead. Any person in their right mind, regardless of how you got yourself in that situation, is gonna take those steps. And that's all I did. You know, I'm not cruel. I'm not greedy. I'm not materialistic. I'm none of those things. You know,
You are materialistic. You just showed that you
I don't know
was.
where I'd be today right now if it wasn't for Andrew's help. I don't know how far I would have got.
Because you used him.
Those things helped a lot, and I am grateful for the help that he
Because you used him.
But now I think he's a piece of shit, and I hope his girlfriend and him have a nice, happy.
Sound kind of hurt there, aren't you?
And I hope they
Do you
enjoy.
have a message for him if he happens to be watching this?
Fuck you.
Ooh, wee.
Straight up, spend his money, girl. It's so easy. The next girl's gonna spend it.
She's
too, and I
on
feel
meth,
bad
and
for his
because
kid
she has
and for
that
his
big
ex-wife.
nose, she can rant without breathing. Oh, Lord. The neckline is
They'll
killing
pay
me.
for attention, and that's sad.
Ooh, you guys. Oh,
You know?
I'll throw in some stones
He
here.
needs
As I
someone
said
to
before,
save him, to
she wants to
love him.
control things. Yes, she does.
Like, he needs to not, like,
She wants to
pay
control
for it.
what
So
people's
just
saying
pay for
about
it.
her.
That's not how you get love. You don't get love by paying for it. You get love by
But you was ready to take it. So you talking.
giving it, showing it, and you don't always have to show it by giving gifts.
But you took it.
Like Candice says, don't put money on their books for a month and see if they call you.
Exactly. Don't give them the
Church
money.
folks will say she needs deliverance. Wow, she needs all the deliverance.
It was so nice meeting you. I wish you and your husband all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you so much, everybody, and have a good night.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Man, what a horrible piece of work. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. She's a horrible woman. Horrible. Horrible. I can't even find the part where she said, yeah, he was in an easy mark, she said. quote unquote. She said, he was easy. She said that how like, yeah, I needed to come out, and then what's it? I got him, and he was very easy. And I'm like, oh wow. Well, you didn't have to accept his gifts. You could have said no. You could have rebutted or something. You could have just said, no, I'm not into you like that. Blah blah blah. Whatever. You know what I mean? She needs to be left alone and stay from her run. Stay from her run. Oh, she needs to be left alone. Stay from her run. Like the wind. Don't look back. Well, I don't know whether Andrew's going to answer her. Let me see if Andrew answered her, because she's right now spinning her own story. Let me see if Andrew answered her. If Andrew answered her, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. Let me see if he answered her. Piece of work, man. Oh, they hate me. They hate me. Hold on. I'm just trying to see if he said anything. See, I was supposed to do Jasmine, but we're not going to do it. They call him all sorts of names. Hold on. I saw her husband. Oh, should we see about the husband story? That would be intriguing, wouldn't it? Should we see what Candice's husband's all about? Come on, let's see. They broke up. Who broke up? Majestic? What did I miss? Hold on. She literally sounds like a Nazi in prison. You can tell who programmed her. Oh, they broke up. Prince Andrew. No, not Prince Andrew. Not Prince Andrew. Let me see. This is her guy. Let me see. The husband.
Sarcasm. Ismail has been in and out of prison 3 different times just in the past 8 years. He was arrested in March of 2017, and he was sentenced to 1 to 4 years for a felony count of attempted possession of a stolen vehicle, and he was also sentenced to 1 to 6 years for felony burglary, which is charges that Candice has on her record. So it seems like they've done a lot of the same crimes. And his probation was revoked in February 2019, stemming from this conviction, and then again in January 2021. So he was sentenced to 1 to 4 years in prison in April 2019 after he was convicted of a felony charge of possession of a firearm by a felon. And then in February of 2021, he was sentenced again for felony possession of a firearm by a felon. So he obviously didn't learn his lesson, and he received 1 to 6 years in prison with credit for some time served. And according to Sarcasm, they say that Ismail's current status is listed as inactive. The dude seems to be pretty in love with Candice. He believes that they're going to be together forever. They have similar past and backgrounds. And this is just more of the guy that I would expect to see Candice with. And Candice's husband almost lost his life back when he was 22 years old. So according to the KSNV News in Las Vegas, this is about her husband. It says a local man is recovering tonight after nearly losing his life to 2 men who police say tortured him before setting his home on fire. Police say 22-year-old Jose was brutalized all over a $50 debt. Jose is his legal first name, and this lady who ended up saving him got interviewed by the news station, and she claims that she was driving by, she saw a home that had smoke coming from it, and she said she pulled over, she hopped out, and she picked up a rock, and she tried to throw it through the window to break the glass to see if anyone was inside, and she said she thought about driving off for a second, but she's like, no, if there's someone in there, I have to help them.
That's
And
Kansas'
she said
husband
she
they're
had no
talking about.
idea what to expect when she drove up to the house fire. Just when she was starting to think that nobody was inside the home, she suddenly heard somebody scream screaming and crying for help. So that's when she walked around the backyard and she saw Candice's husband laying there, and he had his hands tied up, his feet tied, his knees tied, and his throat was cut. And she ended up taking off her shirt, and she started applying pressure to his neck to try to save his life. And she was trying to talk to him, and she said that he couldn't say much because he was really injured and out of it and in pain at that point. And she kept telling him that it was going to be okay, but he needed to keep fighting. And she ended up calling 911. And they ended up getting the two guys who did this to him, and they were arrested, put in custody. The charges they faced ranged from attempted, unaliving someone, I have to say it that way, and mayhem to kidnapping and extortion. And according to the arrest report, it says that Candice's girlfriend's car had called up this dude, and he needed somebody to tow it because they couldn't afford a tow truck. So this dude was like, okay, I got you, just pay me $50. And he's like, okay, I got you tomorrow. So the next day rolls by, and apparently he was ignoring them when they were trying to reach out. So they decided to pull up on him, and they suddenly decided to raise the price from $50 to $300. When Ismail did not have the money, they started taking matters into their own hands, and they started removing his fingernails one by one. They ended up cutting his throat. They amputated his pinky, and he was then left.
Okay. That's a bit much now. That's a bit much.
She was able to hear him crying for help, and she took the time to actually take matters into her own hands. This is what she saw when she was driving down that street and decided to stop and help. And that somebody would do for her, and she's so glad she made the decision that she did, and Ismail's here today. The dude definitely has to have some trauma from going through that. And Candice has a lot of trauma.
These are the weirdos that float around my area that I've been telling you all about for years and years. Oh, Yems. Oh, really?
She didn't reconnect with him until her first day out. I have a feeling that he was in the background the whole time. Like, maybe she's like, okay, you're a felon, I'm a felon. It might be a little hard for us to get an apartment, especially with
that's why they want to. That's why they use Andrew.
In the past year. So let me get Andrew to get me an apartment in his name, and then we can just live our happy ever after on his dime. And she got fully
that's Andrew there.
Andrew, and then just leaves him for this man. But that is it for this video, guys. I have a whole bunch of tea on Andrew and Candice, and maybe.
Well, see, he was in and out of prison also. So because they knew that they couldn't get a house, they couldn't get cars, maybe whatever house. Well, house is the big one, isn't it? House is the big one, living space, because of their felony. That's why she used Andrew. That's why she used him. That's why she's able to talk all that spiel on that interview. She literally used him because, like the lady said, maybe she was seeing Ishmael around about the same time as Andrew. She might have been talking to a few others, maybe, who knows. And then she just, used him for his credit and all that stuff. But he ain't even got very good credit anyway. Yeah, it is. It's all a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. I just thought when I saw that, I was going to turn on the live to do on something else. I saw that. I said to myself, no, I'm going to hear what she's going to say, because she conned him. She scammed him. Right? I am a woman too. Right? I'm a woman. Remember, I said these pink folks around here are inseparable. You just heard an example why. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And on top of that, right, being that how he did all that for her, right? He did all that for her. Yeah. He got her flat. He furnished the flat, the apartment, or house. I think it's a bungalow. It looked like a bungalow. He furnished it. He fixed it up, right? The lady who was who was her mentor, agreed with the relationship, or maybe she just wanted to look like that, so it looked good on paper, and she knew he was a sucker, so she took him for what he was worth, right? That's what it sounds like, and this is my reaction to Candice's interview for the backlash against backlash because of what she did to Andrew. Just the speech patterns alone, Lord. Man, she's deep. She's deep. Like I said, is she told how the women in the prison got the men to do what they wanted them to do, she'll give away the whole game. That's why she didn't want to give, that's why she didn't want to say nothing. Or in general, how they get people in prison, how to get people to buy them stuff, how to get people to do certain stuff for them. And then when they come out, they literally go back to old ways, or they change. Well, some change. I ain't gonna put all of them in the same basket. But that's like, man, she is a piece of work. She is a piece of work. Right, and it's like I feel people spoke out. I'm gonna feel. I feel like I need to go search elsewhere and find out if other people spoke about whatever, why she came out to speak out. Hold on. Let me see if anybody else spoke. That's why she came out, because a lot of people disagreed with what she did to Andrew. A lot of people did. A lot of people. Let me see if they. Why she came out, because she didn't just come out by herself. There's even Rick. Rick is another one. I didn't cover Rick. I didn't cover him. Let me see. Candice is ready to move on with a clean slate, but Andrew isn't ready. I don't know. I'm trying to see why she came out of the woodwork, because a lot of people disagreed with what she did. Oh, and you all hate me behind Scott Candice next. Let me see if it's this one. I'm just checking something, okay? Oh, is it there? Oh no. Oh no, I lost it. Hold on. I think I saw something. Is it a point where you weren't using him for money?
I need to do to get what I want in life. I always am gonna want nice and fun things. So if someone's willing to get it for you, you're gonna definitely take advantage of that. Like, who wouldn't want that? He made it really easy, so I wouldn't even call it scamming. When someone wants to offer you things, 9 out of 10 people that are in prison are gonna take that.
Oh, well. So they're scamming from Lake Tahoe to Las Vegas. I'm definitely spending the money on meth. Oh, Lord. Leonard. You heard what she said. He made it too easy. If someone's giving you something and it's easy to get, I'm not going to turn it down. Like, wow. But this please leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think of Candice, what she said about Andrew. That'll be a real interesting read. Please make it clean, because like when they take your comments, I can't see it. I can't see your comments. It disappears. And when I go to look at it after I approved it, I can't find it. So please, okay. So basically, I'm going to leave it right here. Candice is a piece of work. I'm sorry to say. Andrew got had by the lady. He got had real good. And I hope he learns from this. Maybe the new lady that he's with, I hope she gives him a backbone or something, because you can't be that easy sometimes. You know what I mean? You can't be that easy. You can't just hand over money like you're handing over chips. I can tell those are. Oh, you could tell she's on meth. Probably she is. Probably she is, Leonard. The ones that are in and out of prison all the time. She probably is on something. She's on something. It's possible. It's possible. But anyways, thank you guys for coming through. I was supposed to do on Jazzy live, but it's okay. I'm glad I got distracted from that, because I was actually gonna go live on her, but it's good. Sometimes it's best not to go with go with whatever I'm in it. So let me see who's in the chat, so I can shout you out, everybody. Well, let me see. Let me go all the way. I have to go all the way to the top. So, hi, Christine. Hi, Ghetto Child. Fools and Tools. Leonard. Majestic Pharaoh. I think that's it. Did I see anybody else? Yeah, no, that's it. Well, thank you for coming through, and I'll see you in the next one, however I present it. I'll see you in the next one. Please leave a comment and tell me what you think of Candice's behavior against Andrew, and please leave a comment of what you heard from the interview. What do you think of what she said? I feel she's trying to change the narrative about her. She's trying to clean it up, damage control, not doing a very good job of it. I hope she comes back out and says something else again, because I'm really intrigued now. I hope Andrew comes out and says something, because it's a one-sided story. We need both sides of the story to even it up. All right. And she used what she needed to use to get him, to entangled him, while seeing Ishmael on the side. And that's what I'm thinking. That's what happened. So with that said, I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye.